Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Well, I've been playing around with some little Pilgrim ideas for Tiny Tots, and I have my little Pilgrim chap and my little Pilgrim girl. So I thought that prior to Thanksgiving, and I know it's not leaving you much time, we might see if we can nut these out before Thanksgiving. So what you're going to need for both of them, the colours that you're going to choose are black and white, obviously, skin tone, a brown for hair, and I've got hair on the base of the head here, and I have gold as well for the buckles on the little guy for his hat, his shoes and his belt buckle. So they're the only colours that we're going to need. I'm going to do one tutorial at a time, but I want to be very clear about these. Some of the things that you're going to need are 9mm toy safety eyes, or if you do them with bands, that's up to you. I use a 2.75mm hook. I use some stitch markers. I prefer these little ones that clip on. I find them very helpful and handy. There are some things that you are going to need to make prior to us starting this project. You're going to need to make, whoops, let's swap them over, a head each. Now I will link the tutorial to make these heads, okay? The girl head you're going to make with skin tone and white, and when you get to the neck you are going to stop after you've worked the front post. So that last row of stitches where you do a single crochet and an increase, I think is the next line. We do a back post of single crochet, then we do a single crochet and an increase. You are going to do that in white, or you can just leave it and we'll pick up from there together, but you stop at the post, okay? Same for the guy, except you're going to use skin tone and brown or whatever color you choose to do his hair. The reason we're doing white for her is for her little cap, okay? Today's video we're going to do the little girl. So as I said, we're going to link the head tutorial. You can get that ready in advance. You can also get the arms ready in advance. I have done with him, I've done white gloves with the black for his coat. So I've done a magic ring of 8 with white, and my first 2 rounds have been white and then 6 rounds of black. For her, I've done a magic ring of 8 using skin tone, and then my first round is skin tone and then white, and then 6 rounds of black, okay? So depending which one you're doing, we're doing the girl first for this particular video. 8, 1 round of skin tone, 1 round of white, 6 rounds of black. You'll need to do that twice, and we will use the pre-made head with the white hair. It's not hair in this case, it's going to be her cap. Okay, so when you have all that ready, we're going to get started. So for our little female pilgrim, what we're going to start with, we've got our head, we've got our 2 little arms that we're ready to use. What we're going to do is pick up our stitch from the neck. Now, as I mentioned, when you're doing the head, and I'm going to have linked the tutorial, the last round of stitches that you do after the back post, the single crochet in the back post where you have 12 stitches, is going to be single crochet and increase. This is still for the neck, okay? Single crochet, increase. We're going to, instead of doing it in skin tone, we're going to do it in white, all right, for the collar of her neck. So we're going to do a slip stitch first, and that's going to act as our first single crochet, or our first stitch, okay? So 1, and then increase. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, and an increase, oopsie, make sure I do that properly, single crochet, increase, single crochet, and bless you, Phoebe Foodles, we finish on an increase. Just gently ease these out so they're evenly spaced. You should now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 is on your hook. Alright, so now we're going, so we just did this, okay, we're now going to do single crochet increase in black. Alright, so I'm switching to black bands. We're going to do a slip stitch first, like so. Move your stitch marker. We're doing 2 single crochets and an increase, so single crochet in this next stitch, and now we do an increase. So 1, oops, and 2, single crochet, single crochet, and an increase, 1, and back in the same stitch, 2, single crochet, single crochet, 1, and 2. And that increase. And 2, oops, 2, single crochet, single crochet, and finish on an increase, 1 and 2. We're now going to do 3 rounds of black, okay, and it's going to be 3 rounds of single crochet in black all the way around. No increases, no decreases, just single crochet. I'm going to meet you back once we have completed our 3 rounds in black, and then we will start doing a little bit more to our little figure here to make her look a little less like a base Tiny Tot and more like our little Pilgrim lady. So 3 rounds single crochet in black. Catch you back then. So I have done my 3 rounds of single crochet in black. I've captured my last stitch on my stitch marker with my first stitch, but now we're going to do a little bit of work on the head here. Well, the first thing we're going to do is go up to the top, alright, and we're going to put a little tiny bit of hair. Alright, she's got a tiny little bit of hair peeking out of her cap. So we're going to take a brown band and chain 1 and chain another. And I've gone at the center, at the top here, where the white and the skin tone connect. I'm going into the next stitch, pulling through with a single band, and chaining another, and I'm going to do one more, pulling through, and I'm going to just do one. Okay, I'm going to do a single crochet over. I'm going to hang on to this tiny little loop that I've got, and I'm going to go push my hook through the center of my head and pop my hook where that exit point is for that brown band. Take that little loop back onto my hook and pull it inside. I'm not going to pull it tight, okay? And I'm going to flip my head so that I can see, and I can see that there's a little band right next to it here, and I'm going to take a white band and I'm going to tie that little loop off right here, okay? Just so that it doesn't flip out to this side, to the working side again. I'm going to do the same this side. I'm going to go into the next loop here and poke my way through, pull back a stitch, chain another, going into the stitch next to this here, pull back a stitch, add those loops, I'm going to chain another, and then this third one I'm going to go through and I'm going to just pull the band through, add those loops to it, one over the other, so I have my little loop here, there we go, and grab hold of that, push my hook through, come out where the end is, pop the loop back on my hook and pull it to the inside of the head, there we go, and I'm going to find a loop here, and again I'm going to take another band and tie that loop to the inside of the head so it doesn't wiggle forward and unravel the hair. That is all I'm doing for the hair, okay, other than at the back of the head here, which we're not at that stage yet. Now what we need to do is work out where we want the little sort of cap brim to be, and if you can see I've gone 1 and 2 down from where the eyes are, okay, so 1 and 2, so I'm about here, okay, so there's 1 and 2, or even here would be good as well, so it's just a little bit down from where the eyes are, and I'm going to do a loop and go into the next stitch. Now what I can do is put my loop here and then go across to the other side and work out where I'm going to put this one, because I want it to be at an equal spot so that I know where I'm working toward. So let's see, is that about equal? I think it could be. Alright, so I'm going to one over the other, and if you can see what I'm doing single crochets here, okay, so I'm not doing how we do the hair normally. I'm going through, recapturing, and one over the other. Right, so these are single crochets that I'm working up the side of the head. Where you have your hair, you're going to push your hook behind in the same stitch. Now I want to be careful here because I've got that little loop, and I want to make sure that the hair is hidden under the cap, not above the cap. We don't want it looking like the hair is poking through the outside of the cap. Okay. Making sure to just get the white or the skin tone, whichever you're working on. Where am I at here? Come on. Oh, I've got a tie-off band there. That's why that was being funny. But it will stay inside. Nearly at the point that I've said is my finish. Here we go. So here is the band. Oh, I've got one more. Do you see that? There we go. Mustn't forget that. I'll be pulling it too tightly. There we go. Now, this is my last one here, okay? I'm going to pull the band through my loop, reclaim. I'm going to chain one, pinch, and turn. And then I'm going to go into this stitch here. Get a couple more bands. Make sure I don't fall, okay? And we're going to work our way back toward the other end. With single crochet. Just through the white stitches. And when we get to this last one, we're going to do the same again. We've got one more to do. So here's our last one. Here we are. Oops, if I can get my hook through. One. Oh. There we go. Pull your band through, reclaim the end, and chain another, pinch, and we're turning, like so. Okay, now what we're going to do is go into that stitch and do our first one. Now in all these others, we're going to go single crochet and then increase, 1 and 2. Single crochet, and then we'll do an increase, 1 and 2, single crochet, increase, single, increase, single, increase, single, increase, and then we're just going to do single, and here we're going to do slip stitch, one over the other, move into this stitch underneath, and again slip stitch, one over the other, and now we have to go back into where the stitches meet. Okay, and we're just going to go down like this. Alright, now at this point we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to just chain a couple. 1, I'm going to chain 4. I think we only need 3. Because what you're going to do is have this meet at the middle of her face. Okay, I need a stitch marker. I'm going to hang on to that with a stitch marker. So I will be back and doing that, and we're then going to work our way down the other side. 1 second while I grab my stitch marker. So I have my extra stitch markers. I'm going to just pop that on the end here, just to hold that until I'm ready to tie it up. Now on the other side, I probably could have done down here a little bit more, but it's just her bangs that are popping out, so it doesn't really matter. Because this is going to come through to here, like so. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Alright, so we're going to pick up at the side here. See how we sort of did slip stitches down here? So we're going to pick up here, alright, at the very end of where we joined. Alright, slide your band through. Like so. And now we work down this way. And we're doing the exact same as we did. So we're pulling it through and holding. Pulling it through and holding. And this is the third one, I think. And holding. We had the original and 1, 2, 3. Alright, so is this the spot we want to be? Is it equal? I think it is. Let's chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's grab our stitch marker with our other 3, making sure that it's not twisted at all. Okay, so I want it to come across like so. I'm going to pop those on, take my stitch marker off. Now I'm going to take one extra band and go through these 4 loops like so. Alright, and I'm going to tie that off nice and tight. Okay, like that. I'm also going to get another band and go through the same spot, all 4 loops, and I'm going to tie that one off nice and tight too, if I can. And the reason I'm doing that is so that it looks like it's been tied, and that these are the 2 tie-off bands, you know, loops from when you do a bow. Okay, I'm going to tie them together in a knot like that, so that it goes one either side. Alright, now at the back of her hair I did have a little bit of brown coming out the back to make it look like her hair was coming through the back here. Where you have your stitches here, come down to the nape of her neck, okay, and you want to make sure that you're going through. We've got a colour change here, I can see it's a knobbly stitch. You want to push your hook just through a couple of the loops, not the whole great big knobble. And it's going to be trickier than I give it credit for. There we go, I'll go through that. And pull through. And chain 1. And get to the next spot. Pull all the way through. Chain 1. Go to the next spot. All the way through, add those 2 loops. Chain 1. And this is going to be our last one. All the way. Oh no, we've got one more here. So this will be my last one. I'm going to take one single brown band, add those loops to it, loop it through. I'm going back where I came out. I'm going to pull that loop inside and I'm going to attach it to one of these inner loops and tie off. Again, just so that that loop doesn't come through and work its way to unraveling. Alright, now the next thing we need to do is put a little collar on her neck here, and I use 3 stitches and then 3 stitches. Alright, so what I'm going to do is work out where my middle is, and this will be 1 here. I'm going to count, so I'm going to put 2 bands, oopsie, 2 bands here, in the next one 2 bands. I'm holding them on my hook, as you can see, and in this one that's closest I'm doing 3 bands. 1, 2, and then I'm going to take the third and go through all the loops and let go of everything and tie it off like so, and that's how I make the little point. Okay, and what I'm going to do is go through a spot inside here, and I don't want it to be pulled so it's too tight, and I do want to make sure that the other side is in the same spot, so I'm just going to put this here at the moment so we can make sure that we get them level. Okay, so if I go this side, this is 3, this is going to be 2, this is going to be 2, so I'm going to go through the spot here and I'll chain 1 and 2, and the next spot here 1 and 2, and then in this one here it's going to be 3. 1, and you're just chaining onto that one there, 2, and then here's 3, goes through all of them and ties off. Line it up so it's going around the same spot as the one on the other side. Let's see if we've done that correctly. That's even. Alright, I'm happy with that. If you want it so that it's spaced further apart, I guess you can do that, but I'm going to have mine like so. I'm going to flip the head over. I'm going to take this side and I'm going to loop it over to one of these stitches far away. And the reason I'm doing that is so that that is kept sort of taut and doesn't pull through. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So when I stretch the band, I could probably go to about here. And turn it inside out. And I could probably even do that a little tighter, because once I've turned it inside out, I could do it tighter. Let's try that. Undo. I'm looping it through a couple of these inside loops here so that I can make sure that I have it at a tautness that is not going to cause it to pop out. Come on, I see you. There you go. Alright, so I will go over here. I see a little inside, and I'm only working on the inside loop because the last thing you want is to see a whopping great big white band through your work here. Oh, like I have there. That's nasty. Let's fix that. I guess the other option is to have this tie band as a black band. I'll try the other one as a black band, see if that makes it any better. Let's try this tie-off band as a black band. It might look nicer. Get all your little loops collected on your hook, and let's try this way. Black band. Oh, I think that looks fine. Look at that. And we'll poke it through here. There you go. That's even better. Do it with a black band. Don't do it with a white band. And then you can tie it off. And you can hide it far easier. I like that idea. Thinking on the fly, hey? We'll tie it off here with black band. Let's see. Yep, that looks much nicer. Do it with black band. I like that much better. Much, much better. Like that, like that. All right, and I've stretched that one out, so we'll throw that one away. Next, attaching arms, because that sounds like a good idea. We want the first arm, the first anchor, to go sort of about here. We want it to be the other side of where the collar is. Okay, so that is a good visual for where we need this to be. You got your 3 little anchors. We're going to have 1, 2, and where the hair is will be 3. So I'm going to poke my hook through, grab the first band, poke my hook through, grab the second, poke my hook through, grab the third, and flip my girl inside out for a bit, one over the other. Oh. One over the other, and I'm going to grab this little black band here and tie that off. One over the other. Alright, and now we're going to do the same on the other side again. This area here is going to be where the I want to say brim of the hat, you know what I mean, the collar. There we go, that's the right word. Pull the first one through, pull the second one through, and right before the hair, pull the third one through, flip top body, one over the other, one over the other, pop up here and tie in. Again, if you don't like where we've put the arms, you can move them. Just undo that band and move it around. Alright, at this point you can put a little bit of stuffing in her head and see how things are looking. If we have a look here, what have we got here? We've got the head, we've got the collar, we've got the bow, we've got the hair, we've got the... yeah, we're looking pretty good. Let's take a bit of stuffing. As you know, I use the polyfill stuffing. It's really soft and light. You can get it very cheaply. It's about $4 for a massive, great big bag. Stuff the head. You do not want to stuff it so full that the stitches pull apart and that you can see the stuffing. That is not a good look, and I've seen some like that, and that is not the desired look that you're going for. You want the stitches to still be close together and tight without being able to see the stuffing through. Alright, I think that is about right. You can flip just stretch the little brim of her hat into shape. There we go. Now we have to pick up, let's get some of this fluff off my desk. We have to pick up where her apron is going to go, which is around her middle. So this next round is going to be in white, because that's going to be, oh, I've got a cat that's just going bonkers. That's going to be the working area for our apron, and it's going to be a single crochet, increase. Okay, so the first stitch is a slip stitch because it's a colour change. So slip stitch, change your stitch marker, single crochet, increase. 1 and 2. Single crochet, single crochet, and increase. Oops, broken band. 1 and 2. We do this all the way around. Single crochet. Make sure you go through both loops. Single crochet and an increase. See? An increase here, nearly at the end, single crochet, increase, single crochet, single crochet, and an increase. Our first stitch, we're colour changing to black, so do a slip stitch for your next round, move your stitch marker. We're now doing 6 rounds. I'm sorry, I nearly said 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 rounds, single crochet only in black. I will meet you when we finish 6 rounds of single crochet in black, and then we'll make sure we can do her apron and the bottom of her dress, and then we're pretty much nearly done. Catch you back after 6 rounds single crochet in black. So I'm back. I've done my 6 rounds of single crochet in black, and now we're going to work on the apron. So if we have a look here, working from the head toward the foot here, we've got this little zigzag where our continuous rounds has obviously come down to the next round, so you have this little zigzag. We're going to start working 1, 2, 3, just 3 away from where that zigzag happens, so it's sort of just in front of where the eye is. Alright, you're going to pull your band back, through, and one over the other. You're going to go through the next one, and you're going to go through, and you're going to go with this one through the 2 loops like so. Alright, so here we go. Go through, and it's just your normal single crochet, and it's a little tricky because you're sort of on a weird angle, but there we go. There we are. Go through each of these horizontal loops, so it's a little tricky, I'm sure, to see. You're wanting to make sure you don't go too far around, because otherwise the apron will be too big. So just stop when you sort of get to this one here, probably this one here, so we've got 2 more to do. Now in this one you're going to go through, pull it through, loop this one on like a slip stitch, reclaim the end and chain 1, pinch and turn. And then you're going to be using this row that we've just made, this row of stitches. This is where we're going to be doing our work. So go into this first one here. So you've got your slip stitch and your chain. We're going into this one here at the bottom of all of that, and you're just doing a single crochet and pulling that loop through the loops that were on your hook, and then in the next you're just single crocheting. And when we get to the end, we'll do another slip stitch, chain, and we'll go back the other way again. So I will show you, we're nearly there. So now we're in the end, our last stitch here, so we're going to go slip stitch, add your loop, reclaim, chain 1, pinch and turn, and then you skip and into this one with your single crochet, and you pull that loop through the 2 on your hook, and we go back again. Now you can make the apron as long as you want. I found 4 rounds of doing, well, not rounds, rows of doing it this way was sort of enough. I didn't really want it to go too low. I also did the apron strings at the back of her, which I'll show you. See, come on dear. In through your last stitch here with a slip stitch, chain 1, pinch and turn, and skip and in through all 3 loops, and back we go. The last stitch is here. Go through it with your slip stitch, add your loop, chain 1, pinch, turn, and this will be my last pass of this. Slip, skip and into that stitch. There we go. And we'll work our way back toward the end, and we will tie off. Now I did not secure the apron. When I had turned it the right way, the right way, it sat quite nicely, so I didn't secure it, but I guess you could if you needed to. Put a couple of black bands in and secure it. I'm going to do a slip stitch here, one on the other, and secure that like that. But you see, when you have it like this, it looks fine. I don't feel that that flips up too badly. I am going to hide this tie-off band at the back here so that people can't see it, like so. Alright, now we just need to sort of finish up here. What we're going to do is do a single crochet in the inside loop. So pick up your last stitch, and the inside loop is this little loop on the inside here, and you're going all the way around doing a single crochet in this inside loop. And I will meet you back once we have reached the end of this round where we have all done a single crochet in the inside loop only. Alright, so I'll see you back when we've completed this. So I've finished my round of single crochet in the front loop only. Our next round is a single crochet, and decrease. So you go through your first stitch, single crochet, move your stitch marker, your second single crochet, and in the top loops of the next 2 stitches you do your decrease and pull those stitches together to basically make one. I'm going to do this all the way around. Single crochet. Oh, if it will let me do it all the way around. Single crochet, single crochet, and a decrease. I will meet you when we have all completed this round, because I seem to be incapable of doing a decrease at the moment, so it might take me a while. I will see you back in a minute. So I finished my round of single crochet, decrease. Now our next round is a single crochet followed by a decrease. Alright, so let's do that. Single crochet, move your stitch marker, and a decrease. Single crochet, and a decrease. Single crochet and a decrease. I oiled my bands so they're a little bit slippery. Single crochet and a decrease. Single crochet and decrease. Single crochet and decrease. Oops. See, I told you they were all a bit slippery. Single crochet, decrease, single crochet, and a decrease. Now would be the time for us to think about stuffing our work. I'm going to pop my stitch marker on the back here. I'm going to turn my little girl around, because at the back here we probably should put a couple of white bands as the tie of her little apron. So going through the back where you think the middle is, I'm going to probably go here. I'm going to chain 1, 2, and with the third I'm going to tie that off, and I'm going to go next to it. 1, 2, and tie off, and that is going to be then snipped. Oops, I am sorry, I just made you all go a bit haywire. So that is now, I'm going to snip these so it doesn't look so bad, at about halfway, like that. So these just look like the tail ends of the ties of the apron, like so. Okay, so now we need to perhaps talk about stuffing. We can stuff her little body. Again, you don't want to put so much in that it's distorted. So let's grab our stuffing, because we're going to be closing up in a little minute. Make sure you don't overstuff. You don't want to make it so that she looks overstuffed. So that's probably good. Let's try a little more, as long as the stitches don't pull apart, because that is a nasty look. I think that's good. All right, get that out the way. We have 1 round now of single crochet decrease, so pick up your last stitch and we'll do single crochet, maybe a stitch marker. I'm going to do a decrease, single crochet, and a decrease, single crochet, finish. No. There we go. Decrease, single crochet. Now we're going to close up. What we're going to do, take your stitch marker off, just put it to one side for a second. You're going to grab the top loop, as if we were doing a decrease, of as many stitches as you can that are left in this circle. Okay, so I've got like about 6 on here now. I'm going to take a single band, I'm going to pull it through all of these and the last stitch that I was on. Pinch, grab my stitch marker, and I'm going to pop the stitch marker on the stitch that was closest to me, the one that we started with, and then I'm going to go round, okay, and each of these loops I'm going to add my little band to. I'm lifting it up and pulling that band through. It's almost like stitching with a single band in all of these loops, okay, because I just physically couldn't get all of them on my hook at the same time. Here's my last one here. There's the end of that there's the end of that band going away from me as fast as it can. There it is. So I'll do that again. There's the top loop, grab the end of my band, pull it through, hold it, there's the next loop, pop it on the end of my hook and pull it through. So what we're doing is we're weaving this single band through all of these stitches that we had left. Okay, there's the end, there's the beginning. Pop that on. I'm going to take a single black band, pull them through both and let go. I'm not going to let this beat me. This was obviously an oldish packet of black bands. I might have had it for a couple of years. And when I opened them, they felt a bit dry, so I put a little tiny bit of oil in my container and oiled them all up, and now they're slippery as little eels. So there we go. There's my closure. You can see it's almost like a little magic ring. I think it looks much tidier than the other ways of just decrease, decrease, decrease. Hide the taff band inside the work, and there we go. That's the bottom all sealed. There she is. Here is our little Pilgrim girl. I hope you enjoy making her. The next one that we're going to make is the Pilgrim boy. There she is though. Get started making your Pilgrim boy head as well. Get ready. And we will do the tutorial in the next couple of days. Take care everyone. If you like the video, like and subscribe. And you'll know when my next video is out. Take care. Bye.